welcome to Family Connect. My name is Faith, and today on the show we'll be discussing why should women submit, especially in this day and age where the woman is bringing home maybe more money than the husband. Why should she submit? And to discuss that topic, I have Anne. Welcome, Anne, to the show.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Yes, and thank you for always honoring our invitation. We love you on this show, you know.
Thank you.
At this rate, you'll become my co-host, so that you can be sharing. So anyway, today we are discussing submission.
Okay.
But before we get on that topic, tell us about yourself for those viewers who maybe have never seen you on the show.
Okay, my name is Anne Namans. I'm a mother of three boys. Yeah. I'm a wife to one husband, a loving husband. Yes, I'm born again.
Yeah. So what do you do?
Professionally, I'm a psychologist, but I'm an international training consultant.
Wow.
Yeah.
Welcome. Thank you for making the time.
Thank you.
So today we're talking about submission. Yeah, and you know, there's someone who's watching the show and they're thinking, really, submission in this day and age, really, why should we submit as women?
Okay, we should submit. Why should we submit? Is because the authority, we have to submit to the authority that God has given us. God has said that women should submit to their husband. It's written in the Bible that we should be submissive to our husband. So if we do not submit, there are some things that will not go right with our marriage. Remember, you're not submitting to your boyfriend, you're submitting to your husband.
Yes.
So this man he has authority in that house. And there's no way it can be interswitched, like a woman is the one to have the authority more than a man. So once the Bible says submit to your husband, it is a man who is in the authority. So we have to lower ourselves a bit and submit. But it also, now, when it comes to submission, as a woman, maybe you're getting more money, or you are the one that is getting more money than your husband, then why should you submit? The reason as to why we need to submit is we need that peace of mind, Yes, I have money, but if I'm not submitting to my husband, how do you think he's treated? How do you think he's going to reflect me like? How is he going to look?
If I don't submit, it also affects how he treats me.
Yes, it affects on how he treats you, because there will be no peace. This man, first and foremost, he'll see you as a very rude woman. He'll see you as not an understanding woman, because there are some things that men do. Men have ego. They have that small ego that it's inbuilt. It's not something that is created there. But remember that submission comes in a way that if you do not obey to the man, he'll be miserable in that marriage. You'll have all the money, yes, but there's no peace. Remember, there's no joy, there's no unity. God commands a blessing where there's peace. So yes, you have the money, but tell me, are you happy? Are you happy in that marriage? Yes, you have all the pride, all the money, and you're all the fame, but remember, you're not submitting to your man. And that means there's something that is missing in that marriage that will make the marriage not conducive to anyone between you and your husband. So it will make your man, you'll be pushing him away.
So if I'm not submitting, I am pushing my husband away. I am being rude. And I think women don't quite understand what submission is. Submission, in my opinion, is I might know better than my husband. I may know what he's saying may not work. I have told him that it will not work. But still choose to go with what he decides. Isn't it? That's what submission is to me. But most women go like, no, nimesema. Even me, I have a say in this house. I must, even me, the things I say in this house must be done. I can't just be listening to a man and maybe I know better, But you're telling us that we must learn to submit, because if we don't submit, there will be no peace in the house.
Okay, let me expound on that. There's a way submission, just as it's written in the Bible, we submit to them, but there are some parts that we are the helpers. Now that one is coming in as me being a helper. when I'm your, I am your helper. I'm my husband's helper. I am in that marriage because I came as a helper. And because I'm helping him, there's some things that he might think they're very right. And yet I know that is not right. So when I tell him, what if we do this? Let me tell you, when you're explaining this to your man, do not stick to the point, but stick to the point with facts.
Give facts.
Give facts to your point. Do not just say, Sifani, and then you're like, I'm not doing it. No, you're like, why? You're not giving your facts. So the thing is, give your facts. In a good way, in a loving way, just tell your man, I think if we do 1, 2, 3, it is wrong because of 1, 2. What if we do this? Do you think that man is hard-hearted, that he cannot listen? It also comes in a way, how do you approach him? If you want him to know, to do what you want, or to listen to what you want him to do, so that it's not seen like you're trying to control, like you're trying to become more than him. But you have to be lower and just tell him, what if we do this? I think it's because of 1, 2, 3. And your point is very good. But I was thinking, what if we do this other one, it's better. You don't come in as if you're trying to oppose on what he's saying. And the moment you try to oppose, he'll come out, the ego in him will not allow you to say no. So he'll stick to it and he'll be like, that marriage is very annoying. Because this man, whatever he says is final.
And now you get friction in the marriage.
Yes.
One is listening to the other. So as women, we need to learn how to bring out points. We need to come up with, give facts. But us, we are very emotional. Like, I'll be like, because I've said, or we are also very intuitive. Like intuition. It's hard to explain intuition. Like, I feel that it will not work. It's hard to explain. So we need to come up with facts, explain our position. So now we have this woman who's thinking, if he doesn't listen to me, I don't care. I don't care. I'm also like, I'm the breadwinner in this house, so he better listen to me. But that marriage will not work because the man, as you said, is the head. So how do I learn as a woman? How do I learn to submit? How can I teach myself submission?
It starts from your mind. First and foremost, you have to accept that you're married. There's a way I come into this marriage and I'm so empowered, and I there's no one that can tell me anything, not even your husband. You came with a mentality
into the marriage.
Yes, into that marriage. You came with a mentality that no man, maybe you've heard out there that no man will tell me anything. So you come in a marriage, you're like, you will never do, hata niletea. You see those such words, and then you're like, you've come in like, I have money, I have the power, I have the fame, and he can't do anything. So you have to start, when the word goes, start with the mentality of accepting that you are a wife. That marriage.
So accept that you're a woman.
Already a woman. That is a way that, now the moment you start accepting yourself that you're a married woman in that house, there are some things that have to follow. Because the moment you assume that I am just Anne, I've come into this marriage and I have to be, Anne. Yes, you will be Anne, but there's some things you have to soften up. There's some things you have to toughen up. But in a situation of submission, you just have to, soften up, because it's a marriage that has to last. You're not there for a contract. You're there to learn issues, to share your grievances, to share your challenges and learn from there. So if your man says maybe you don't listen to me because of 1, 2, 3, you have to understand him and just evaluate yourself and understand what is it that is causing this man to think I'm rude, or to think that I do not obey him or I do not submit. But again, there's a disclaimer somewhere. That disclaimer comes in that do not always, and this one goes to all the women out there who are being battered by men, women who are going through, maybe you have a narcissist as a man. This man will beat you up, and then in the morning you wake up like, no, this is just my husband, I have to submit. And then he will beat you up the following morning, and he'll kick you, you brutally beaten and blood is all over you, bedridden, and then again tomorrow you're like, I'm submitting. This one is too much. This man needs help. So that one is not all about, you should not stick into a marriage of such a situation just because there's a abuse because of submission. That is where many ladies are making a mistake. That man needs help. The first thing is not you, but that man needs help first. Then once he's helped out of that situation, now maybe there you can now submit. But there's a way some men are taking advantage of women because they're submitting, and then they just start doing their...
Yeah, so we're not saying stay in an abusive relationship because you're submitting. That's not what you're talking about. You're talking about, when you talk about submission, it's for me, it's more, it has to do with the decision making in the home.
Yes.
For example, when your husband says, we are going to the village to see our parents.
Yeah.
And me, I'm like, no, I am not going. I am going to see mine. You get?
Yeah.
So we talk about decision making in the home. Submission as part of it. Because without, if you cannot follow the leadership, and I like what you've said. You said when you get married, you need to know your position.
Yeah.
And your position is second after the man. I don't know, there was someone who was saying the man is the CEO of the
yes, he is.
And
he's the king of the house.
He's the king. He's the ultimate decision maker.
Yes.
Then women, we are the operating, what do you call it? The chief operating officers. You're in charge of operations. There's no way the person who's in charge of operations is at a higher position than the CEO. So now, you said we need to know, when I'm getting married, I need to know my position. My position is number 2. I come second to him. I need to know my place as the wife.
Yes.
So now, after I know my place, then I need to learn how that his decisions are fine. But I am allowed to bring options.
Yes, you are allowed to bring options. And sometimes if you initiate an option to him, if maybe you know very well this is wrong, and he's insisting it is right. That is why sometimes, we submit, yes. And there's sometimes in a marriage, you might tell your man that, this thing that you're doing is very wrong, and I can tell you from the word, I've seen it from afar, it's not going to work. And because he is just your man, he'll be like, no, it is going to work. Why, and he will go, do it, fail terribly, and he'll come back begging, and he's like, oh my, I wish I had you. Yeah, I should have listened. And that is why now you come in and you're like, I was telling you, let's do 1, 2, 3. And you never listen. It's not like I'm not submitting. But you have to help him, even in his decision-making process. Because you are a wife. You cannot see there's a ditch there, and your man is telling you, let's go into that ditch. And you just follow because of submission. So somehow, you have also to use, let's say that we need to use, we have to discern. Even in that decision-making, you have to discern. And know that whatever we are talking, like whatever he says, there's some decisions he has to make as a man in the house, which is very staunch, and you cannot say no. Like that one of we have to go visit our parents. That one is family. Remember, this is family. That's another topic for another day. But this is family. And the moment you start rejecting going to visit his family, he'll start wondering, why is it that my wife does not want to associate with my family? And every time I tell her, let's go to my place, and she's like, let me go to my home, there's a rift somewhere. There's something that is going on somewhere. And when you see your man insisting, that means he wants to make amends between you and his family. And there's nothing as sweet as a man seeing his wife in good condition with his mother.
I know, right?
Yes.
Which is one of that's another topic. So now we need to learn to listen.
Yeah.
Listen. So first, you told us we need to learn our position.
Yes.
We are number 2. Then we are number 2 in the family. Then we need to learn to listen.
Yeah.
Also, you told us just because you can see he's heading in the wrong direction, just because you're submitting, it doesn't mean you keep quiet and watch as you guys fall into a ditch.
Yes.
That's not submission. Submission is you also have to know and give direction.
Yes.
As well.
Yes.
So what else do I need to do?
So once you give direction, you tell him this is the situation. I can see you want us to go this way. I'm thinking if we do 1, 2, 3, we shall be in a better position than just follow this direction. If he's a real man, trust me, I'm using the real man. If he is a real man, he will listen to you and he'll follow instructions. And indeed, you'll do the right things together. Because, God commands a blessing where there's peace. If there's a rift between a decision-making process, that means there's something that is going to be wrong somewhere. So if your man has said, I'm going to, just like I mentioned, that man, you're telling him this is wrong and he's insisting to do it, then he goes and fails and then comes back and he's like, I wish I listened. Because there was nothing, there was no unity there between the two. So if there was peace, if there was unity, if there's that blessing that, okay, go and do it. I bless you with that journey. I bless you with that decision. I bless you. It will work. But because you never even release that blessing to him, trust him, even that decision-making thing is not going to work.
So even sometimes, when you withhold your blessing, you're setting him up for failure.
Exactly. And that is one of the most important things that so many of us ladies, should I say, we forget, or should I say we assume? Because if you have a plan together as a couple, and maybe you're planning that this is something that I want to do, and your man has said this is what you're going to do, and you will question pande, it's like you don't, it's like yes, you want it or you don't want it, but again, you have your own plan. They're like, okay, let him just do it because he's insisting, so let me just assume, let it go ahead and let him go ahead and do it. Trust you me, if
sometimes we even add, Twitter.
Yes. So you've already set him up for failure. And then another thing is you've not blessed him with that maybe project that is going on or something. So somehow things do not go right. Somehow. Then once they don't go right, this man will be like, there's a movie I was watching, there's a man who said that this woman is a witch. Because everything she tells me when we don't agree, it doesn't work. It's because there's nothing, you don't agree on so many things. So that is something that will bring so many rifts between the two of you. Decision making and submission. And then it will start making this man think that this woman is a witch. This woman, there's something wrong. So he'll be following your instruction just because he's afraid.
He's afraid of you. Because he knows if he doesn't do what you want.
I'm sorry to say that, but I saw it somewhere in the movie. I'm not saying that I am.
And it's important as a couple to walk in agreement.
Yeah.
Because the Bible says, can two walk in agreement and
together
unless
they agree. Yes.
So if we're not agreeing, and that brings us back to learning how to submit. Submitting is compromise.
Yes.
Where we come together. And also, when the Bible says submit one to another, there's a place where the man also will need to submit. So in the perfect relationship would be where the man will also listen to the woman, where they sit, they come together, agree, and go like, okay, we have option A, B, and C, and maybe can we go with B together? But sometimes now submission comes in when the man does not, or decides, we're going with A, your two options in value, but we are learning as women, as you're telling us to learn, we need to learn to just learn. Learn also when he decides to choose another path, you should be okay with it. Yeah. And not doom him to failure.
No, because when it comes to making a decision as a man, where you're saying that a man has to come in as a submit, it is where the man involves you in projects. Your husband has to involve you in some decisions. That is now where submission of a man is coming in. That means that man is submitting to you because he's involving even in decision making. He's asking you, I want to do this, but I'm thinking this is what I want to do. I want to make this decision on 1, 2, 3. What do you think? What is your say on this? That means this man really values you. And don't take it for granted, by the way. So many women take it for granted. That's when anauliza alafu, someone has just come to ask in a good way, like, I want you to, what's your say? What's your input on this? I want to do 1, 2, 3. Then like, maybe he once failed somewhere in a project, and then you're just keeping on reminding him how he did it and failed, and then you're just again hitting back. You're like, I just knew, this one will never work. The last one you did and it never worked. So you need to, just try to make him feel.
And I like what you're saying, because unfortunately, some of us have become the people who beat our husbands down.
We do.
We should become their cheerleader.
Yes.
don't concentrate on his failures. Ati now you tell him, yeah, by the way, nilikuambia last time, haukusikia, ona vile ulifail miserably. We should learn how to be encouraging as women. Even as we are learning to submit, we should also be encouraging. And I think when we become more encouraging, then we'll be involved in a lot.
Exactly.
Because most of the time, as you said, we are locked out of decision making because one, we are negative.
Very negative.
We never support his ideas. So if we want to be included more in the decision making process, we need to become very encouraging and supportive of our spouses.
Yes.
So anything else you want us to learn as women as we submit?
So about learning how to submit, I've said the first thing, you have to accept yourself that you are already married in that marriage. The moment you accept yourself as a woman, you lower yourself a bit and now let the man lead. There's some things that you can do thinking that you're doing the best. There's a video I was watching for Faith's Girlfriend series. I can remember that this lady is coming into a marriage and she's all over.
Yeah.
You know, she's not even asking at where do they do this, and she's just all over. She's changing the seats. Oh, the man is going to work. She'll come back, change the beddings, and then put different curtains, the colors, and all that. She's not even involved the man in any decision making. No consultation, no nothing. Then when this man comes back, he's very angry. You never know why he's angry. So these are some of the things that women, we need to consult. We don't just do things because we're making decisions. There's a decision maker somewhere. There's a decision maker somewhere. And that is where we are failing. We do things because we want to do our way. So Faith Girlfriend series was telling ladies not to learn to consult. You have to consult. Tell your man, I want to do 1, 2, 3. What is your opinion on this? This man will tell you this and this. And by the way, he'll really help you and even pray for you and bless you. And once you get the blessings of your man, it is final.
Yeah, by the way,
trust you me, whatever you do, you just be opening doors like this. Wherever you got doors, you'll be open. And do not, by the way, there's a point that I had forgotten about submission.
Yeah.
Someone might think that just be, that maybe my husband has no job. Yeah? He has no job. He doesn't provide for me. He's just there. But we have a family. We have kids together.
Yes.
I am the one waking up in the morning, going to work, coming back, bringing, food on the table. Maybe this man has been hustling and there's no job.
Yeah.
And by they can see that maybe the time he had money, you lived a good life. Yeah. But maybe right now he has no job.
Yeah.
But now because he has no job, you look down on him because he has nothing. And you refuse to submit. That is the moment you feel like, no, you don't want to submit because he's not doing anything for you.
Yeah.
You feel that ego in you that, what will he tell me? After all, I'm the one paying bills. I'm the one paying rent. I'm the one paying the girl. I'm the one paying school fees. So what will he tell me?
Yeah.
We are losing out.
That's where we are losing.
That is where now women lose out. Why am I saying this? That is where you'll struggle. God can make you stagnate in that situation because of a few things that you don't want to unlock in your mind.
Yeah.
God can make you, God can sustain you in that painful situation until you change your mind.
Yeah.
Until you change your mind and you're like, wow, you needed to submit. Just do not even refuse to give him his conjugal rights just because he has no job.
And women do that. Actually, maybe he didn't do something you wanted. Therefore, now you're like, I will not give this to him. I will withhold sex.
Give him his conjugal rights. He deserves them.
Yes.
Do not look down on him because whether he's providing or not, remember he's still your man. He's still your husband.
And you chose him.
And you chose him. For better, for us.
In this day and age, and you choose your own.
Yes.
You choose him. Your parents did come and say, "And take that." I chose Paul.
Yes.
Now I chose the authority that I'm under.
Yes.
No one imposed it on me. So therefore, I need to learn to submit to it. I need to learn to treat him with respect. You have to. You have to. And the moment this man will see that you've changed, there's some things that are not going right with you because he has no job. There's some things that will start running in his mind. And even if you leave that morning going to work, however much he loves you, there's a way he'll start pulling off. Those prayers that used to kneel down every morning and praying for you. Yeah, he'll be praying for you, but he'll be praying that, God, give me a job so that I can show this woman. Yes.
Give me a job so that I can show this woman that I'm a man. Yeah. And maybe God can put you in that mountain for 2 to 3 years. And the moment this man wakes up and starts rising, then you start seeing, and then maybe he gets a big job and he has good money, and then you're like, my man has changed.
Yeah. And
you see he has changed.
He gets money and disappears for
Yeah.
days, and he doesn't.
Then that is the moment now this man will get a woman, maybe a woman who respects her, who's submissive.
Yeah, like you.
Maybe for the whole year you've never given him,
His
conjugal rights. Then he'll be like, okay, now I have my money.
Yeah.
Now what will he do?
When you're withholding sex from your husband, there are 1,000 other women willing to give it out
For free.
Yeah, so we need to learn.
It is real. Yeah, it is real. So this submission thing, let me tell you, even the moment your man will want to mess up, and he remembers the submissiveness of the wife, he'll just, God will never even allow that thing to happen. Because somewhere your man will be like, no, I cannot do this to my wife.
Yeah.
Not my wife.
Yeah, exactly. And he gets to respect you, treat you. If you respect him, he will respect you. If you're submissive, he will treat you like the queen that you are.
Yes, you'll enjoy.
Yeah. And when we learn to submit, we stop competing with our spouse.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
I hope women, we are learning. And in case we are the type that the alpha females who feel the need to compete with their husbands, I hope you're learning that you won't get far with that attitude. One, you'll have a miserable marriage. I told us there will be no peace in that house. There will be no real success, because if the two of you are not working in agreement, then you will not succeed. So Anne also has a YouTube channel. It's called Anne's Comfort Diaries. Follow her. She gives you insight on how to be a better wife, how to love your husband, how to have good relationships with the people that God has put around you. So make sure you follow her. It's
Anne's Comfort Diaries.
And you're on YouTube. And
yes, I'm on TikTok. I'm on YouTube. Yes.
So follow her, and thank you so much for joining us today. We are so grateful that you made the time.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Stay at DOXA TV. I'm your host, Faith.
Thank you.